Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and today we are going to discuss about the mind map for polity, and we are continuing the series that we have started already. We have uploaded some of the videos from this series where we are going to cover the entire Lakshmikant of a polity from the mains and prelims point of view in the form of a mind map, so that you can revise it very quickly and fastly one day before the exam. And the topics which we are going to cover today are the Government of India Act 1858, Indian Council Act 1861, 1892 and 1909 from the first lesson from the Lakshmikant, that is the historical background. We are also going to start the series from the history part, where we are going to cover entire spectrum in the form of a mind map. So if you are new in our channel, then please do like, comment and subscribe. Press the bell icon for the new update, and let's start with our today's discussion. The first topic is from the Government of India Act 1858. Government of India Act 1858 as a mini significant because this act was enacted just after the revolt of 1857. As you know that the revolt of 1857 was known as the first war of independence, and thus this act has a greater importance, and this act is known as the act of a good government of India. Along with this, it was the first time that the first statute for the government of India under the direct rule of a British government, and this act abolished the East India Company rule in India. There were various key provisions of this act, which includes that the Governor General of India, the post uh, which was established according to the act in 1833, that post change or the designation of a Governor General of India was changed to the Viceroy of India from 1858, and the first Viceroy was Lord Canning. Along with this act ended the double government system. As you know that the double government system include the Board of Control and Court of Director. Okay, this ended by the Government of India Act 1858. Along with this, a new office was established of Secretary of India, and he was under the power of a British crown. And according to him, the Secretary of State, he has a power, that is, he has a complete authority over the Indian administration, and he was assisted by the 15-member council. And this act of 1858 has largely bring an improvement in the administration. Okay, and it bring a unitary rigid administration, that is a bureaucratic administration in India. The next act is the Indian Council Act of 1861. Indian Council Act of 1861 has made that it was the beginning of a representative institution by associating Indians with the law making process. That is, the law in the law making process, the Indian were maker can be the part of a institution by representing them in the law making process. And along with this, the Viceroy should nominate some of the Indians as a non-official member to his expanded council. That the Viceroy got the power that he can nominate the persons from the for his council. Okay, and thus there were firstly 3 Indians that were nominated, and which includes Raja of Banaras, okay, and Maharaja of Patli Patlia and the Sir Dinkar Rao. Okay, there were the 3 person. And along with this, the Indian Council Act 1861 established a new legislative council in the Bengal and northwestern provinces and in Punjab. Okay, in 3 new legislative council was established. Along with this, the new portfolio system was bring according to this act, and it was first brought by the Lord Canning in year 1859, and the Viceroy issued the ordinance during the emergency. The Viceroy also got the power to issue an ordinance during the emergency. And the next one is the Indian Council Act of 1892. According to the Indian Council Act of 1892, the act led to the increase the number of additional non-official member in the central and provisional legislative council. That is, the member of a central and the provisional legislative council non-official member was increases, and they had got the power to discuss on budget. Along with this, the nomination of a non-official member, and here there were two parts, that the central legislative council member was done by the viceroy on the recommendation of a provisional legislative council and a Bengal chamber of commerce, and the provisional legislative council non-official member was selected by a governor on the recommendation of a local bodies. Okay, and the last provision of this act was opportunity to the Indian to take part in the work of a government. So according to this act, the Indian got opportunity to take part in the work of the government. The next one is the Indian Council Act 1909. The Indian Council Act of 1909, also known as the Morley-Minto Reform. Okay, Morley-Minto Reform, and Morley was the Secretary of the State of India, and the Minto was the Viceroy of India when this act was enacted. Okay, and along with this, the Legislative Council member were increases both in central and the provinces, and here particularly the center legislative council retain its majority, and the provisional non-official member means in the provisional provinces legislative council was not fixed that there should be retained the official majority. Okay, and the next where the both the function of a legislative council in the provinces and the central was enlarged, and it was the first time executive in the executive council Indians were represented, and the first Indian who represented in the executive council was Satyendra Prasad Sinha. And this act has a greater importance because this act established the communal representation. Okay, it sowed the seed of a communal representation in India, and first time the communal representation for Muslim was accepted, the concept of a separate electorate, which means that a Muslim members elected by the Muslim voters only. Okay, and this shows that a communal representation, that the communal disharmony concept was established in India by this act. And this act also provide for the separate representation of a presidencies, corporation, chamber of commerce, universities, and zamindaris. In this way, we conclude the four topics, that is the Government of India Act 1858, Indian Council Act 1861, Indian Council Act 1892, and Indian Council Act 1909, that is a Morley-Minto Reform. And from the Morley-Minto Reform, many time the previous year questions has been come right from the mains and also from the prelims. So this topic is so important, so please read it very carefully. And in this way we conclude. If you are new our channel, then please do like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell icon for the new notification. Thank you.